What is going on here? Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. I'm so glad to see y'all, right? We got, girl, inbox me so you can get your link. If you are entitled to your link, you shall get a link. You got to inbox me on Patreon and do what you do. What's going on, VN Training? Rose K is here. French Tips is also talking about joining the Discord. Well, you already heard what I just said, so get on it, right? The Riddler's in the building. See who else is here. Lady Posh is here. The Vested Nor is here. Consequences and repercussions. Now that right there, need more of that around this bitch. And believe me, it's coming. It's coming. Got Caramel here. Ashley Banks is here. Welcome to the club, everybody. Now, I see the ones already. Y'all already know what it is. Don't you like consistency? Don't you like when you already know? Because if you know, you know. Thank you for the ones before I even ask. That means I sound amazing up on this bitch. Ladies, I got sent a video where a young lady has a bunch of questions as to why Black people are treated the way they are in this country and all over the world, right? Let me go ahead and share my screen because this is the thing, baby girl. You're not going to like the answer to these questions. You're not going to be able to walk away as a victim tonight, you or your people from Blackistan. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and put her up here. Now, she asked this, and we're going to answer this shit tonight because here's the deal. Y'all see Blackistan for what it is. You see it every single goddamn day. And then you got people jumping up on TikTok. What did we do? Why doesn't anybody like us? We just want to sit down and drink some water with you. We're harmless. Meanwhile, your man out here curb stomping bitches all over the fucking place. People losing their life, their teeth, their children, their money, their apartments. Hello, eviction. How are you? Right? Let's see what this beautiful girl has to say. Okay? I probably need to subscribe to my own damn channel. Let's go.
What exactly did Black people ever do? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-Blackness in every single community?
Chill for a second. Can I get some fire emojis in the chat? Because this is a stupid ass fucking question. She know. She already knows. You can look at her eyes and tell that she knows what the fuck Black folk done did. Here comes the victim shit. Here it comes. Just wait on it. Because Black folk ain't never did nothing to nobody. We's just nice peoples. And we's misunderstood. And everybody want to fuck us up. Go next, boo.
We were brought over here in chains. We were beat, raped, and murdered.
Who was supposed to stop that? I'm sorry. Look how she just skipped over who was supposed to stop that shit from happening. No, ma'am. We not getting ready to do that. You jumped your motherfucking ass clean over them niggas and was like, white people, why you doing me like that? You act like you don't see the... What? There was a transaction that went down. The transactions are still happening today. Sex trafficking, hello, right? Pimping and all that good shit. She skipped over all of that shit. Who was supposed to protect Black women from that shit and went straight in. Let's see what else she got to say, because this is ridiculous.
We fought for our freedom just to end up with Jim Crow. And
What were you looking for? For somebody to go from having you pick cotton to put you on a motherfucking face so you can sit on it? I mean, what did you think? I'm confused. Let's get a little bit more in.
Segregation and being lynched by the KKK.
There was a Black woman this past year that got lynched by Black men in Africa. I don't think she wants to talk about that. I don't think she wants to talk about that.
We were segregated into our own communities, then denied jobs, denied funding for our schools.
Ladies, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something real crystal clear. This is beggary right here. If you were segregated into your own community, that should have been a wonderful thing if your community was wonderful. But again, the reason that you over here, the dudes that got you over here, they didn't build nothing. So your communities are trash. Have you ever thought about turning to one of them and asking them, since you got so many questions? I think you know the answer to these questions. You're just looking for the blame game. Give me some money for my school. Ma'am, Gustavian and Gloctavius and them were supposed to fund your schools. Anybody that's ever been oppressed and treated wrong, that group of people got themselves out of it. Nobody hands you the shit you looking for. You got to take that shit. But your men know that. They just scared and can't do it. And they don't think you deserve it. Let's go. I like her haircut, by the way.
You kill our Black men, then make fun of us for not having fathers.
Listen to how disingenuous that is. Aaliyah, is everybody's daddy that was absent, were they killed by some white guy?
Absolutely not. They're not there because they left on their own. That has nothing to do with that. But I'm gonna let her continue.
What? Watch this part, y'all.
You dehumanize and demonize and kill our Black women, and nobody bats an eye.
That
What?
I got to hear the rest of this. I got to, because she's serious. She is serious.
Who kills Black women again? What? I don't know how to rewind these goddamn shows. Apparently, YouTube, if it's less than 60 seconds, they put it on show. But did y'all hear her? She said, nobody bats an eye when white people kill black women. I can't do this shit. Cut this live off now.
I gotta put my cat down for this one. Damn.
Yes, we almost done, Ebony. This is nuts.
What exactly did black people do? What exactly did we do?
Yeah, so that starts over. Let me get her face off the screen. Aaliyah, it's on you, and then Ebony's next.
I mean, it's the perpetual victimhood for me. As usual, they didn't do nothing. Nobody didn't do nothing. They never do anything. And relying on the past as a scapegoat or playing dumb and innocent isn't really as effective as it used to be. And I can't stand it when these mammies pretend like black women, as well as the rest of society, have no legitimate beef with this community whatsoever, especially the black men who are the failed leaders, yet refuse to take responsibility for anything. Here's the thing: nobody takes black people seriously. And as long as you have so many of your kings offing each other and you at accelerated rates, nobody wants to hear that shit. And as long as there are people still defending criminals and low lives of society, most of which were in the middle of committing crimes when they caught their issue, nobody wants to hear that shit until black folks learn how to stop acting like petulant children, throwing tantrums and destroying shit that they can't afford to rebuild or replace, and thinking they're achieving something tangible for their destruction every time they don't get their way. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And yes, black people constantly leave the door wide open for this, because when you make shit race specific, you need to be prepared for the rebuttal, because you sabotaged your own argument when you have your men out here beating people down on camera, mauling and mangling people like wild animals, committing crimes against Asians, pushing people in front of trains, literally smearing shit from their asses all over people like filthy pigs, and being the overall terrorist of society. So until your kings learn how to act and you stop upholding them in their bullshit even when they're wrong, guess what? Nobody wants to hear that shit. And watch somebody make this all about respectability politics. That whole, oh, that don't mean nothing, it ain't gonna stop them from killing you argument. See, look at how dumb you sound when your sons and your brothers are out here killing everybody, including themselves. It's a complete nightmare that we all can't wake up from. Now, does she want to talk about that since she has so many questions?
Listen, I can't wait till it's my turn again. Ebony, go.
Okay, let me rephrase her question. What is it? Why can't you just let black men and black women do whatever the fuck they want, take care of all their problems, cheese in their face, not hurt their feelings, put them up on a pedestal? Why can't you do that and treat us like equals, even though we all know the truth? Let's just be honest. We all know the truth.
Nobody wants to answer this question for real, because it's going to make you want to go get that Ankh tattoo that you have on your left upper arm taken the fuck off. You were part of a transaction. Now, once everything got all the dust settled, no pun intended, motherfuckers was looking at how you hold your community. Guess what? They said they don't want no part of it. Now, here's the deal about those respectability politics, Aaliyah. Here's the deal. Let's just go ahead and play fair and say everybody has crime in their community, every race, every single last fucking one of them got they filthy element, which is true. Now, where's your redeeming qualities? Asians have redeeming qualities. White folk got redeeming qualities to add back into society, certain things you wouldn't have without certain groups of people. Let's just put that out there. Now, where is your redeeming quality? What do you add?
They got rap.
They're not coddling or covering up or protecting their criminals and their low lives and all of the
Thank
people that committing
you.
the crime. They don't cover that shit up. They don't try to pretend like it's not a thing. They would just rather sit back and not say nothing and not do shit before they defend that shit. We the only community that'll jump up and a whole goddamn protest for a whole goddamn criminal who didn't do shit but rob our people, children, women. It don't matter. Was a complete and total menace to society as long as he was fucking breathing. And we'll sit up and tell whole fucking cities for that shit. We've been doing it, and we're gonna continue on to do. Other communities ain't doing that type of bullshit. We
Y'all
will take the worst of the worst.
look at that
Also, Aaliyah,
screen. Look at that screen, y'all. Monster Dump says they add soul food. Now here's the deal. If you've ever been to Georgia, anywhere near Atlanta, Kyra's up here. She know what I'm talking about. Aaliyah's up here. I know she know what I'm talking about. White folks cook their own soul food here, boo. They country just like the black folks here, boo.
Yep,
And I'm gonna
the
tell you
Asian.
I,
something else. A lot of these places are owned by white
white
folks.
people.
Keep it real. You don't want to find out who owned the paperwork down there at the licensing.
The
Okay.
Asians
Okay,
frying the chicken. That's been said. The Asians frying the chicken and they frying the
there they
catfish
are.
too. They know how to make
Also,
collard greens.
Aaliyah, I wanted to say, basically taking, jumping off of what you were talking about, other minorities were put in their communities. They were ghettoized,
Mm-hmm.
but some good stuff came out of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because basically the entire Orthodox Jewish community holds
Girl,
the
they
diamond
held
trade.
they shit so good together. You can't even say that word up here. You
Exactly,
can't even say that. Them motherfuckers held they shit down so
they
motherfucking tight
did.
that you can't even say they name up here
But see,
because
that
they
only
men got them protected like a motherfucker.
And not
no.
What?
only that, the Latinas, they got their stuff straight. They make families. Okay?
Well,
What is the bedrock of every culture, subculture, people? The family.
mm.
But
I
see,
don't
that
care what.
only works if you got a strong group of men. That's why
Thank
I have
you.
always said they are failed leaders who blame their women for absolutely everything when they're the ones who dropped the ball. They're the ones who've been trying to get the fuck away from the community long before they abandoned black women, long before black women ever made a move. And that history shows that it has proven that time and time again. They left the community a long fucking time ago. They didn't want anything to do with black women, unlike these other communities who got with the other men of the community, not the women. They didn't expect the women to build. If the
That's
women
right.
was there to be support, that's a reason you have hunters and you have gatherers. My thing is they don't want to be the motherfucking hunters. They want the women to do all the hunting, all the building, and do everything while they just sit back and I guess kick their feet up and not do a
They doing
motherfucking
it
thing.
though. That's
And you're
exactly what
supposed
they
to
do. They
birth the
doing it.
children.
They're doing it
They're
though,
doing
Aaliyah.
it.
They're doing
Yeah,
it. Black
you're
women
supposed
are doing that shit and they sitting up here. That's why you got femininity courses in the black community because these women have been trained to be the woman king. All right.
Yeah, that's why, and then you're expected to birth the children. You're expected to feed the children and him. You're expected to do everything while they do absolutely nothing. But see,
Well,
that's the difference with those other communities. That strong male lead. They come
exactly.
together and they don't take no shit, and they
And
defend they women and children. Bottom line.
Aaliyah, I'm telling you, now when these men cross the fence and they get a black woman, though, all hell breaks loose.
Mm,
All hell
mm,
breaks loose because they still don't think you deserve that.
period.
Oh,
Period.
of course not. They told them you didn't deserve that. They told them that you were masculine, although you had to fill their shoes, and that warranted a certain amount of masculinity, seeing as how you had to wear the pants in the relationship because they were too busy wearing the dresses and the skirts. So, yeah, they told everybody that you were masculine, even though you had to get your hands dirty and go to work. You had to do the grunt work, the shit that nigga thought he was too pretty to do. You had
I'm
to
gonna be
get out
honest
there
with
and
you,
do that
Aaliyah.
shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Black women should have let that shit burn to the ground. They shouldn't have picked up the mantle for them. Let that shit burn. Let them starve is what they should have did. Let me get
Oh,
Shane up in here
absolutely.
real quick.
what I want to just say is what happened was the black male was too busy trying to suck the white man's dick.
Oops.
And no man respects another man who willfully and excitedly gets on his knees. We live in a patriarchy, motherfucker. And people only respect the communities of the men that they respect. And since your dumbass through flushed your respect or your demand for respect down the toilet, nobody respects you. Thereby, nobody's going to respect your community. And
Mm,
then you don't build a fucking thing. So that's why they definitely don't respect you. Men are respected by what they can provide and how well they can protect. You, Reagan, didn't do a motherfucking thing. And that's
mm.
why black people are disrespected and treated like crap globally because you are a global loser.
They did do something. They threw their women under the bus and told everybody that
Yep.
everything in the black community was her fucking fault. Everything wrong with the black community was all on her. She fucked up all the children. She fucked up everything. Nobody ever stops to ask him, and where were you when all of this was going on? Nobody ever stopped to ask them that because they know what the answer is. Your ass most likely was somewhere in prison, which is why the woman had to raise them sons y'all keep talking about. She fucked up. Where were you? Nobody ever
I'll show
asked
you where
those
they were.
questions.
I'll show you where they were.
Mhm.
Y'all, look, let me just show you this real quick, okay? This look like a basic ass headline, right? And they looking for old boy that hit the MTA conductor, okay? Unprovoked. These your people that you claim that's being treated so bad. I want to show y'all the wanted poster for this man that they were looking for that attacked this conductor. Okay? Listen to me. That's his wanted poster. Are y'all okay? You don't believe me? Let me go ahead and show you the little mark at the bottom. That's from Crime Stoppers. This thing is what you sit in your car, damn near in tears over. This is what people see in when they trying to go to work. When they just, what is this? Who shit the? Mm. Welcome to the panel, Kyra.
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
So, I have quite a bit to add to this topic, if you don't
You,
mind, DZ.
you're. I don't mind, but you sound so far away. You think you can come a little closer?
Hello? Any better? No?
No, it's actually worse, my friend. It's worse.
Hello?
Hi.
Hmm.
Go out and come back. Try that. It's probably your headphones. I'm gonna just keep it real with you.
Okay, these are wireless headphones. I
Yeah.
hate to... Let me try.
Okay. I'll be here. But they're asking why? Why you treating me like that? Why wouldn't you treat something like this like shit? That's my question. And ma'am, can we go back to you jumping over these motherfuckers that you see on the screen and asking them, hey, listen, they treat me like shit everywhere. Black women, they treat me like shit everywhere. Sir, can you make an area where I'm preferred, where I'm the beauty standard, where I can get my kids educated in my own community? No, you're busy calling the education that your kids are getting the prison pipeline, school to prison pipeline. But as soon as they take that away, you talk about bringing the schools back. Again, there is no pleasing you. You have to stop asking everybody else questions and go and turn that shit internal. Everybody's tired of hearing it. People are literally laughing at you asking these stupid ass questions right now. Look, if somebody, some poor white dude who ain't got shit, he ain't got shit at all in his bank account, he just dusty. Now, if he jumped on camera and said, you know, everywhere we go, we're treated like shit. We don't have the resources that the elite have, and it's probably because of the Civil War back in the 1800s. You would be slapping the shit out your knee laughing at him. What the fuck the Civil War got to do with you being broke today? Well, that's what I'm proposing to you. what the fuck does something that had got done to people you ain't never even met? Because remember, y'all said y'all got y'all history cut off and you don't know who your ancestors even are. You don't know what country you came from, blah, 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 blah. So how in the fuck is that affecting you and your social security number? If it's good for the goose, it's good for the goddamn gander. You got to quit asking these stupid ass questions. You embarrass. This shit is humiliating. It's
But
humiliating. Welcome back.
they
Hey, so a couple things. Let's take it back historically. So this chick wants to know why, you know, black folks were hated. So let's divide this into black males. Let's look at what black males were doing right after the Civil War. Let's see. Black males, right after the Civil War, right after they got free, they decided that they were going to abandon their families and head up north. They abandoned their families so much they got the moniker deserters
Yep.
associated with them. And DZ, you taught this one to me. Right after they got their freedom, the first court case that is the black male fought for, was the right to marry Becky.
Mm. Mm.
Right? That's
Oh,
what they did.
absolutely. So what the fuck? I don't understand these black women jumping in their vehicles, doing their TikTok thing, asking stupid, because don't make no mistake about it. Those questions were dumb as fuck.
Exactly. They want to bellyache about the whole 40 acres and a mule that was promised, but instead of your great 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 granddaddies fighting to get their 40 acres and a mule back in the day, they decided that they'd rather chase white pussy and abandon their families. That sounds interesting. That sounds just like the black males today. So that's
yeah,
why they were hated. Two, there's a fact that they just whine and whine about Tulsa and all these other black places that were burned down, but we're supposed to ignore the fact that it was a black male sticking his dick where it didn't belong that got Tulsa and Rosewood burned down. And how many times was Chinatown burned down?
Oops.
How many times?
Oh,
Chinatown was burned down multiple times back in the day by racist whites. Guess what? They kept building and building and building. But it got burned down one time, and the black man decided to say, "Well, I'm never gonna try ever again." And
How do
the
we don't?
ro-
Where's the proof that black men actually built that shit? Since black women have done everything, I'm of the opinion that black women probably built the majority of Tulsa. Until somebody gets some other receipts, I'm just gonna go off of what it looked like today.
well, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. Another historical fact I wanted to add, though, DZ, um, they always like to talk about how many black males were given the rope treatment, as we say. Actually, in this country, Italian men were given the rope treatment more than black men.
You want to talk about it? Hey, mammies, did you want to answer for that? I love how my link is always available. The mammies
Lem-
never have anything for that. Speaking of links, let me go ahead and copy and paste it and put it in the chat room in
and
case
see,
somebody want to pull up and tell us we wrong about this.
here's the thing, Dizzy. When it comes to the whole standard of beauty thing, if you notice, black men had the opportunity to make black women the standard of beauty. Every other race of men did their jobs. They did exactly what they were supposed to do where their women are concerned. That's why white women are the standard of beauty basically everywhere you go, because their men
Mm-hmm.
did their jobs. Every other group of men understood the assignment. If they really wanted to promote you, they would have done it. They had every opportunity to do it when they was making all this music, when they was doing all these videos from all these different genres, not just hip hop. Hip hop was the main one, but it wasn't just hip hop. You had a lot of motherfucking videos. A lot when somebody passed the black man the microphone, that was his opportunity then to put you at the top, like the other group of men that
yes,
like they did for their women. They
yes.
could have said, "Our women are gorgeous. Our women are beautiful. Our women do this. Our women do that." They did not say any of that. They told them that you want shit. that you was weave wearing bitches, that you was masculine, you was hair-hatted hooligans, you was German shepherds, you was BT 1000s, you was every goddamn thing negative that they could think of, and one shit feminine, fit, or friendly about you. All of you were obese. Your attitudes was horrible. Your pussy was stank. They said don't nobody need to fuck with you under no circumstances. When they hand your men the motherfucking microphone, that's what they said about y'all. They didn't say nothing good. Nothing good. So
Except
they
chicken
made
head.
sure, yeah, they
Oh,
made sure to motherfucking drag you. They called you every goddamn name in the book. That's why I say these
yes.
bitches on this YouTube platform can miss me with that shit. All the nicknames these niggas done gave us over the years, and y'all gonna talk shit to us about what we call them. And they done called us everything from she-booms to everything you can goddamn think of. None of it was good. None of it. So when y'all niggas had the chance to do that and push y'all at the top, that's what they told everybody about you. Just remember that.
Oops.
And I want to add, I remember DZ way back when you had Facebook, you shared that video of black men on a chain gang in the 1920s singing a song talking about they don't want some mean dark-skinned woman.
They
You got
it said they actually said I don't want no jet black woman. Okay. Okay, that was the first recorded song in that area about you. Okay, I probably need to put that link in the Discord tonight when we get there, because that's what the anytime somebody asks a nigga about you, the shit is horrible, and they
but
always calling you they crazy ass baby mama. That's the best thing that they call you. That's the nicest thing that they actually call you, to be honest with you.
Oh, and I
but
forgot
DZ,
one of the main ones, bastard baby makers. Yeah, let's include that for all the single mothers who always following these niggas around. They called y'all bastard goddamn baby makers. You want to know which motherfucker on here coined that term, since y'all taking up for them all the goddamn time? You want to know who coined that term? Since you so goddamn concerned about what we call them, let's talk about what they put out there about your image, shall we?
and
And
also excuse me, sorry.
Go
It
ahead, Ebony.
seems it seems to me with everything you guys, I mean, you guys are saying some stuff on this platform tonight that I hadn't even heard. So it seems to me since they have been here, before they even had the transatlantic slave trade, they have been trying to get away from black women and any type of responsibility that could ever be put on them. And you know, you the black women are, yes, they complain about stuff that's really, most guys, for most men, that's pretty basic when you think about it. The community builders, the real community builders, very basic things. They see that as very basic, but black women cannot get the basics
and
from their men.
and I wanted to add to that the whole de- degradation of the black woman. Why is it that other groups of men see how treacherous they are? And hell, we could depend on defense from another group of men, but these so-called good black males are quiet as church mice
The most
on this.
recent one, Kyra, the most recent one, the dude that said his mama would basically eat him alive if he did the J women
Yeah.
that way. Now,
Yep.
when he made that video, did you notice the mammies go and sit and spin on his face? Any other day, they some racist ass motherfuckers, according to you. I don't want no palm colored man and all this shit here. But as soon as one starts schooling the shit out these niggas that you want to fuck so motherfucking bad, he ain't that bad, and y'all run over to him before the bed wenches can. Ain't that some shit? It occurs to me that you know they not shit. You just know who they respect, and your men respect the white man. That's exactly who he respects. So soon as you see one come out taking up for you, you don't go and subscribe to the dude that's taking up for you. You go and make videos about the dude to the nakers to say, this see, even Zaddy said you wrong for that. You gonna come home to mama now? Y'all something else.
May I add why black women get hate? Since we're answering this woman's question, do you mind, Easy, if I take a moment?
Go ahead and do your thing.
All right. So there's a couple of reasons why black women get hate. One, you take up, and more importantly, you cover up
for these black males and their degeneracy. You gaslight the rest of society into, hey, there's some good ones out here, or that was just a isolated incident type of bullshit. Meanwhile, your sons and your brothers are literally destroying every major city in this country, really across the world, if we want to keep it all the way real. They're destroying major cities in Europe. Everywhere they go, your sons are destroying shit. But you want to pretend like these are isolated incidents. Two, you get you keep shitting them out. You keep shitting them out, and then you want to turn around to the rest of us and demand not only that we deny the reality going on, but you want to demand our money to keep your lifestyle and your thun afloat. And three, the three is you are willfully doing this. The black male has shown his degeneracy and his treachery, and you keep trying to hold on and hold on. And to quote another content creator, no one likes a wretched thing. That's why you have the contempt of the black male, and that's why you have the contempt of the rest of society. No one likes a wretched thing, and you keep trying to hold on and beg and contort yourself into a pretzel to appeal to the lowest man, the lowest human on the totem pole.
Let them do it though. That's the thing.
That
If
part.
they want to keep doing that shit, let them do it. We literally are speaking to the ones that know that that shit is some bullshit and it is a dead end street doing that shit for these niggas. To sound very, very redundant, they hate your guts. It just is what it is. We haven't even brought up the sexual dysfunction in said community. Take a look at your screen for me. That degenerate that you see right there, that's a bus driver, a school bus driver, right? For some middle schoolers. Okay? Let's scroll down just a tad bit. Cuz all this shit going to stop.
Did he sexually assault someone's dog at the bus stop or something?
No.
Oh, I won't put it past him, but go ahead.
Yeah, so once they got to the stop, all the kids got off, but he wouldn't let a certain 13-year-old girl off because he was attracted to her. Told her to stay on the bus, would not let her off the bus, and went on ahead and told her that he loves her. Okay, so first of all, he's being charged with kidnapping. Y'all's men, they love to roll around in the hay with people that are underage. I'm sorry, it is what it is. It happens way too goddamn much. Don't talk to me about no white dude. Don't talk to me about no motherfucking Spanish dude. Don't talk to me about that. Because tonight, we black up in this bitch. And your man, for some odd reason, they won't let your daughters grow the fuck up. They won't let them enjoy their childhood. Do you know how scary that had to been? I remember being 13. Everybody up in this room right now has been 13 before. When you got a grown ass man stopping you from getting, all you thinking about is getting off the bus, grabbing you a snack, possibly doing your homework, watching some cartoons, talking on the phone with your friends, whatever. But you got this grown ass motherfucking man that wouldn't let her off the goddamn bus. On top of that, let me tell you about the entitlement. Okay? This motherfucker, once she got off the bus and got home, picked up the phone, called her family, and told her family, but I love her. Do you not understand how it's the audacity for me? Being in the bed I can't even say that on here. Okay, being around somebody that's underage that you should not be around at any time in any inappropriate way is illegal in all 50 states. But he thought because he's a black male, everybody's protecting black men in the black community, that it's okay. I want this. Since I'm a black man, I can pick up the phone and call this child's family and say that I'm in love with her. Do you understand how much audacity that takes? Mammies, I'm going to tell you something. You got everybody in danger. They think they can do what the fuck they want to do because you see them out here fucking up, and you're asking the greater society to forgive them and stop policing them on it.
And
do you understand what I'm saying to you? This is sickening.
they like people who cannot consent, DZ. Let's just keep it real. And to add to another reason why black males are hated, where are the so-called good black males to check him? So you touched on something earlier. Yes, there are bad elements in every other group, but the good males of those groups check the bad ones in theirs. Where are these so-called good black men to check and correct and deal with this degenerate male?
Exactly. That's what I was hitting talking about earlier when it comes to those men in those other groups. They know they got their bad apples. Ain't nobody finna march for them though. Ain't nobody finna call her and protect them. No. If anything, that motherfucker gonna come up missing. He put his hands on the right man's child. He gonna come up missing. I said it, and they know it. They don't play that shit.
Exactly.
Some
Those
bullshit.
those those
This some
other
bullshit.
groups of
He
men.
need his ass whooped. I'm sorry to interrupt. This motherfucker needs his ass whooped. Mammy, since you got all these little platforms pretending like you care about black women and girls, why don't you tell your next door neighbor, not neighbor, next door neighbor, who ask him who gonna handle this? Who is gonna handle this? You know who's going to end up handling it? The police. He's up on charges. You know those guys that you said you wanted up out your community and defunded? That's the ones that's going to end up protecting this little fucking girl, not your neighbors. Somebody got to answer for this shit while you sitting up here asking why black people treated so bad everywhere to go. Don't nobody want to go anywhere who condones fucking lawlessness. This is lawlessness.
And to add to what you're saying and what was touched on earlier, because the thing is, we have to get justice for this girl and to get this male dealt with, we have to outsource to another group of men.
Facts.
Where we have to call the police, aka another group of men. Most of those police officers are not going to be black males, and even if they were black males, they got to answer to the white male. So of course you're not men because you're not handling the men shit. Black males only want the privileges of being men. They want the biggest piece of chicken and some
Them
coochie.
bitches giving it to them. Where you think the want comes from? Oh, I can get that? All right, I'm not working no motherfucking where. Bitch, where's the big piece of chicken? I got it. I know how to treat my man. You bitches ain't got no man. Bitch, don't nobody want no shit like that. Nobody wants an animal like that. I don't want to be frying no goddamn chicken for an animal. Fuck wrong with you. These bitches are nuts. And I haven't seen anybody talk about this. One of my subscribers sent me this goddamn article. Nobody's talking about it. Because you don't give a fuck. That's really what it is. Just say it. You don't give a fuck. As long as the police keep their guns and their batons off your precious nigga. Huh?
But then we're being racist and prejudiced, and others are too, if we don't want black males on certain jobs, if we don't want them in schools. We're being racist. But look at what they do and look at what the black community upholds and excuses. Well, I don't really think black males are suitable for working, period, but I damn sure would not want a black male working in a school where he has access to children.
Anytime black men want to be around kids and that's their passion or whatever, I always side eye them. Dead ass serious. Because first of all, black men can't stand children. They can't. And they especially hate their own children. No matter whose coochie it came out of, they really don't want that responsibility. They are adult-sized toddlers. Dead ass serious. Let me put Nikki up here real quick. TM, are you dusty?
Hey, ladies, absolutely not. How are you this evening? Really quickly,
We're
I just
amazing.
wanted
How are you?
thank you. I just wanted to expound on a lot of what you ladies spoke about. I watch you. I wanted to say, relating to the person who was on the screen, that dude. There are forums on around that these guys are participating in where they think the age of a consent should start at 12. So
We
that
know
doesn't.
that because their asses are nothing but pedos. We know.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And they have discussions about how the R word should be legal at night. So it tells you how much of a degenerate they are. And then I wanted to also say, like, I remember like last year, so Kevin Samuel's site, he's gone. So there were dudes on the site talking about, oh well, you could go to Africa, or you could go to South America, you could get 12 and 13-year-olds. So this is it's the norm for them, and they don't even think anything's wrong, and they actually put it in the comments. They didn't even erase it. Only one dude had sense to say, hey, you guys can't talk like this.
Do you know that's who they are?
That
That's who
is
they
exactly
are.
who they are.
I'm
And then
not
I wanted to
surprised.
also, before I get off, I'm gonna get off soon. The mammies, mammies are so awful, and they're more dangerous than the males because mammies will have a coming home party for a guy that did the crime in jail, but won't have a party for their daughter who graduated from college or got her master's or a birthday party. But they'll spend a lot of money on those dudes that come home from jail. And the last thing I want to
Exactly.
mention is that the issue in our community with black women and the mammies, the pick the worshipers, whatever you want to call them, sex is the factor. It's sex. We think our value is sex, and we feel like because these males, because they have sex with us, that they want us, they desire us, they're attracted to us, when that's not the truth. They're not. And a lot of them, black women are the new hustle. We're the new hustle for black men. They don't have to sell drugs in the street. They don't have to get. They don't
TM,
have.
TM, let me tell you something. It ain't new. You
No.
remember the pimping era of the 60s?
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
not new.
No,
They
it's
have
not
been their
new.
hustle. They've been their hustle since they sold them off
Yes.
hundreds of years ago.
And here's the thing, black women are so goddamn childish that all we do is think with our pussies. And every time somebody tell you, well, maybe you need to lock it down and stop giving it up so freely. Oh, you trying to police our sexuality. Oh, you trying to tell, oh, you slut shaming. Oh, you doing this or you doing that. You don't tell us what to do. We done had people. And it's like, okay, well, fine. You just keep giving it up then. So you keep rewarding niggas for treating y'all like shit. So what's their incentive to change? They getting everything they need from you, a place to stay. They get free sex. They getting everything that they need from you, and they don't have to do shit. So you letting them know that you're free, cheap, and easy. Everything that they telling everybody that you already are. And then, like I said, you get mad and get up in your feelings soon as somebody tell you. So I'm starting to think that they are right, but because that is what we think our value is, and we don't think anything more of ourselves other than that. And as soon as another woman suggests that, you get up in your feelings and start showing your ass. So that's why I just said, look, whatever happens with that happens with that, because you can't tell black women shit when it comes to something like that. When you soon as you tell them to stop fucking a nigga, you want to see the demon come out of bitch.
I'm
You cannot
sorry,
tell them to
but
stop fucking.
T, I
Mhm.
gotta put you on mute because you got a real bad echo, okay?
Okay.
Ebony, were you getting ready to say something? Because
Yeah,
you
that's
know I'm
all.
gonna
I,
start
I don't
ranting
think,
again.
yeah, I don't think these black women still don't realize that they are the come up girl or just somebody they settle for.
They do though, Ebony. They know they the hustle. You would have to literally not have a pulse not to know that you the hustle. Here's the thing. They don't want to have to give up black males. So anything that he requires, they're gonna contort themselves into that vicious hoe ass bitch to be somebody that is worthy of that shit log.
Then,
They know the hustle.
okay, then they can do it.
How could they not know when so many of them are baby mamas? I know that they are sitting up seeing that they seeing who these niggas fucking and pumping with kids, and they seeing who these niggas then turning around and off in the ring and marrying. Let's just be real. They see that shit. They not marrying y'all. They can have 2, 3 kids with y'all and then turn around and marry a woman from a completely different community. Don't look nothing like you. Now she was worthy of the ring. He didn't care enough about you to give you shit but children. You could get some of his nut because he wasn't gonna take care of the babies, no way. Look at what happened with Young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. I mean, we already saw what happened with that. So since she was Asian, she was worthy of the ring. So fuck the other baby mamas, the black baby mamas that he had prior to that with sons he didn't even want to pay child support for and all that type of shit. See, that's what we get. If they ain't noticed by now, it's a pattern. That's the shit that they think that we're worthy of. But see,
They don't
those
think
other
we're worth
women,
anything. They've
mhm,
never
And
thought we were worth anything.
And you black women who keep dealing with black women, I mean with black men, you are being deliberately obtuse about these dynamics. Black women are the come up woman or the fall down woman because when when these black males get sickly and broke, then they want to try to slither back to a black woman and you let them.
You let them. And that is the sickest part of it. I'm beginning to think that black men only want to pretend to be the white dude because they will take care of a white woman's child, a Latino woman's child. Okay? They won't take care of their own damn kids.
They
And
can't.
that's another reason. Oh, sorry.
They can't stand them. Hold up one second. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyra. I got too much shit going on back here.
Well, that's add that to the list of why black males are hated. Everyone else sees that they don't take care of their children. And frankly, it doesn't really matter who gives them a child because frankly, we see that 92% of biracials are born as bastards
Hey,
and no other group of men respects a group of men who don't even take care of their own. And I wanted to add about the Mammy, about the MTA conductor who was attacked, and the black male is still at large.
mm-hmm.
Let's be real. It's most likely a mammy hiding him. And that's another reason why black women are hated. You're literally hiding your sons after they commit these crimes. And you make the whole community dangerous. You protect them from facing any consequences. And that's another reason why black women are hated.
That's why I
Let's
won't
be
fuck with no them bitches. I will not fuck with them. You ask any motherfucking bitch for the most part, her son wouldn't do this. Her son was raised better than this. She couldn't see him doing anything like that. And then once it's proven that he did actually do the shit, now she fighting for a low prison sentence. Well, this is his first time getting in trouble, so y'all take it easy on him. These bitches are a problem.
They didn't have to worry about that because even they blamed that all of that shit on black women when it came to them those children. And it's like she went let me see my child. She just mad because I don't want to be with her and all this other shit. And it's like, okay, well, you are the father, right? You have your own set of parental rights. Why didn't you try to get custody of your own child? Because the motherfuckers didn't want to be parents. That was the goddamn lie. And that was the shit that they put out there for years that nobody would let them be fathers to their children. Just like you put them out the home, you kept their kids from them. This is what they was telling everybody. And so now they're seeing that was a bunch of bullshit, seeing as how it's so many other communities where you've left all these kids behind that suggest otherwise. So all those women were the problem too. See, that's why they see this has been a very eye-opening couple years with the whole C-19 thing and everything. Everybody, they have really shown their hand, and now all the lies they have told all these years have been exposed because you said it was all the black women's fault. Everybody kept you from your children. My thing is, if it was only the black women's fault, and all y'all really wanted to be fathers, how the fuck did this follow you to all so many different other communities if we were the problem? See, that's what
Well,
I'm
according to
saying.
that black chick that we saw in the beginning, apparently the KKK done killed all of them. Let me put Nikki back up here for a second so I can check and see if there's dust. Sweet Face 7, are you dusty?
Hi, DZ. No, I'm not dusty.
Okay.
No. How are you doing?
I'm fucking amazing. What you got?
Okay, so I actually wanted to make 2 points, especially about the bus driver kidnapping the student. When you put this up, it actually triggered me because something similar happened to me when I was like 13
Oh,
years old.
okay.
Yes.
My bad. I didn't mean to go there.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't. It's not your fault, but it just brought back memories because I was going to school. I took his taxi to head home, and this man literally took the longest route to drop off everyone else before he went to my stop, and he
Sweet
parked
Face,
up.
let me
Huh?
tell you something real quick, Sweet Face. You talking to a survivor yourself right now.
Yeah,
Honestly, look, 62% of the women that's in this room right now have
yeah.
been done some type of nasty sexual dirty by some motherfucker before they was 18 years old. That's just the fact of the matter.
And
See,
it's
I don't want to
crazy.
pretend like none of these stories are offshoots because anything above 50% is most.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so true. Yeah, and I just remember at that age, the thoughts I started having after that situation happened because what he did, he parked up and came in the back where I was. And I wouldn't even say kiss. He put his lips on my lips and
Okay,
tried
it's
to,
getting kind of graphic up here. I was trying to steer you back to the story real quick, but I,
yeah.
I was trying to do it in a nice way, boo. what you got on the story itself and what we're talking about with everybody saying that black men and black people in general are treated like shit and they bringing up slavery and all that shit there.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. But I just remember how this happened and the thoughts that I had at 13. Like, I think my perspective changed on life when that happened. So I
I'm
get
with
what
you.
you're saying.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but a next point that I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you guys are seeing it's like a challenge. I don't know if they probably call it the saddest story challenge on TikTok, where different black women are posting just the saddest things they've been through with these black men that they're dating. There was one, she was pregnant for him and he shot her in the stomach. It's just a lot. I felt
With
like
that
we were on
challenge,
the
let me ask you this. Why do you think these bitches keep going back? See, because I
exact
know exactly what video you're talking about, and they stitching it
yeah.
on TikTok and talk. They just having this long ass stitch of trauma bonding about what they nigga did to them. My question is, where's the stitch about you leaving and never returning to these niggas? Where's that fucking stitch at on TikTok? Where that's at?
That's the thing. He gave her this small ass ring and she went back. First of all, the thing that I said was there's no way he tried to pew pew you by mistake. He didn't want the kid. And now you have this nasty scar on your stomach from a man that you're still laying with, and all of them went back to the men that caused them so much trauma.
And
This is
this is
why,
why there is no more sympathy over on this side. It's just not.
yeah,
I tried the sympathy card, but what that does is get black women addicted to sympathy. So they keep doing stupid shit and then
yeah.
saying, can I get a little bit more of that sympathy? Make it a double. No,
I'm telling
no.
you, before this challenge, I thought we were on the uprise of just getting out of that mentality, but I guess we're not. Well, they aren't, because I'm good over here.
Thank you, ladies, for having me up. Good night.
Good night, boo.
Good night.
Thank you.
Zenor, she says it's more like 79 to 95%. Are you talking about the touch rate before um black women turn 18, or you know, I
And
think
see,
that's what you're talking about.
I know I think what she's talking about is the victim blaming narrative that they have going around. And see, I find that accusing people of victim blaming is just a lot of black women's get out of jail free card, and it's really often overused and applied to situations that it really shouldn't be applied to. And it allows a lot of women to escape accountability because they don't want to own their part in the bullshit and fuckery, and it's really lazy, and it's an insult to real victims to me, because we all know that children can't consent. So this is not about any of that, because I know we have to spell everything out for petty ass people who can't wait for you to slip up and say something that they think that they can run with. But there's a difference in being in a situation that's due to no fault of your own and actually being a participant in some shit that blew up in your face. And it has nothing to do with allowing anybody to do anything to you, and everything to do with the fact that a lot of you participate in your own demise because you like the drama. You'll get with a nigga that got a ridiculous amount of babies and baby mamas, and then start complaining about having to constantly fight with other women. You'll know that a nigga already ain't taking care of the kids that he got, but you'll still have a baby for him and then start complaining because he can't afford and don't want to pay child support. You'll know that a nigga is a cheater, especially if he started out cheating with his last girlfriend on with you, and then you'll start complaining because you thought you was gonna be the one to change him. You will know that a nigga has controlling and violent tendencies, but you convinced yourself that he loves you and he's just being overprotective. See, you will know this nigga has been to prison, has caught multiple charges, and has a rap sheet as long as your arm, and then start complaining that he can't get a job and help you pay bills when you knew he didn't have anything going for him when you got with him. And then you'll really act shocked when you get with a man that has multiple domestic violence charges, when he turns around and then stalks you or straight up beats your ass once you try to leave. And so I just want to know, at what point do you own your part in anything? That's what I would like to know. Because the first step in my divestment journey was acknowledging all the mistakes I made and all the ways that I went wrong in my past. And I've noticed that a lot of black women really have a fucking hard time doing that shit. They really don't want to own their part. So when you say anything about the role that they played in a lot of this bullshit, they revert back to the victim blaming
If they
card. That's
end up
the
owning their part, that's gonna make it to where they can't fuck with black men anymore. That's why they not gonna own up to that. So if they sat the fuck down and was like, you know what, I did this, this, and this got me in this situation because I picked this nigga, that nigga, that nigga. So what can she not do anymore? She can't pick niggas no more because all of her problems, all her financial problems, and every damn thing else came from that nigga, and they ain't gonna give up that nigga. Point
Oh,
blank. Period.
but
And
DC,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so you guys are telling me that black men like being victims and black women like victimhood too.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is Aaliyah is absolutely correct though. You know, we all everyone here who is a genuine divester, you've had to look in the mirror and own your part in shit. It doesn't excuse it doesn't excuse the violence or other degenerate stuff the black male did to you, but you have to acknowledge the role you played in it. Maybe you stayed in a relationship even though you saw red flags. Maybe you did this. Maybe you deliberately ignored that. You do have to acknowledge it. And the thing is, when you're 25 plus, you're a grown adult at that point. So what you do after that point, you need to own your role in it. Like,
Not
to
gonna
me,
happen.
and I think you're right, DZ. A lot of black women don't want to divest because they don't want to face themselves in the mirror and have that honest dialogue with themselves about their role in this shit.
Ladies, on your screen is another piece of shit. Like I was saying to y'all before, whenever a black man expresses a desire to put himself in a position near children, you have to ask yourself, why is he doing that? Especially when he hails from a community that abandons their children at damn near 80%. It's probably something nefarious. This motherfucker became a goddamn foster parent and went on ahead and penetrated one of his children. Okay? He's going to jail for that shit. I think you should side eye motherfuckers that's into cheerleaders, high school, middle school, after school programs, foster parenting, music classes, shit like that, because they don't even like their own kids. So, nigga, why on earth are you so dead set on trying to get near these kids? My thing is, hey, you probably trying to knock out two birds with one stone. One being getting a paycheck, and two being the other thing that's a little bit nasty. Okay? I don't trust any of the motherfuckers when it comes to that. When I see black men working at high schools, middle schools, after school programs, foster parenting, and the such and the sort, I always side eye they ass. You have to think about that shit for a second. Real spill. Let's move on.
DZ, he looks like a overweight Cisco with that hair.
That motherfucker is a sexual degenerate. Also, ladies, don't trust no nigga with a tattoo on his neck. Them motherfuckers usually are sexually degenerate. I don't know why the two go together. Also, Dusty's like red shoes. If you see a motherfucker with red shoes on or red in the shoe, for some reason, a lot of these crime videos, the nigga got on a pair of red shoes or a pair of shoes with red in it. I don't know what the relationship
Uh,
is, but hey.
DZ, but remember, black males were deriding black women for liking red bottom shoes. I guess we're not supposed to copy their style, I guess.
I don't know. But ladies, I put this one up here on purpose, not only because, black people try to act like certain things are only done by white folks. There was a little series that's a little popular with a certain someone eating other people. And I saw a few mammies in various comment sections talking about cannibalism. That's some white folk shit. Well, apparently, ma'am, there's a new thing called auntie soup with peppers in that motherfucker. Huh? And this just happened last month. Do you want to pull up? Do you want to stop playing this game and trying to make it like there's some sort of thing that's only something that your men won't do? Because from what I understand, This motherfucker done made some auntie soup out her head. What? Huh? I just want to know. Oh, but DZ, that's Nigeria. Okay, well, guess what, Miss DZ, that's Nigeria. What happened to your Pan-Africanism? All of us come from one fucking place. What is the true story with you motherfuckers? What is it? What the fuck is it?
DZ, I'm a little confused. I thought that the black males from direct from Africa were better.
Shit.
Aren't we supposed to be going to get one from the diaspora? Aren't they so educated and paid and family men and all that shit?
If y'all go to that goddamn story, he was also talking to the head while he was cooking it. This was the wife of his uncle. I swear to God. I swear to God. And this shit left me speechless. I'm trying to figure out what that would look like coming into a house, looking at a dusty motherfucker stirring and cutting some peppers on auntie.
He said his soup gonna be good and more. He probably put carrots and potatoes and everything, and they had him a whole soup with her head just sitting right there in the pot, just boiling.
I'm speechless.
I guess Fufu took black men out the home.
I can't.
Or Jollof.
Did he cook the head with the hair and everything on it?
I don't know. Of course, they didn't have pictures, but the mental in my head.
I'm just asking. I ain't want no answer to that.
Shit, you can't never tell shit because they so fucking crazy. You can't tell.
This is some of the sickest shit ever. I promise. But this white folk shit. So okay.
I'm stunned. I'm sitting here quiet. I'm like, okay, Mammy, where you at? Because all this past month, that's some white folk shit. And on top of everything else, with it being an auntie, I can almost guarantee you she was the type of person that was not all. He wouldn't do anything like that. They get on my nerve. That shit grinds my gears when the bitches be like, oh, I know him since he was a little boy. Every killer has been a little boy before. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But anyway, let's keep going. Anybody need that auntie soup recipe? I guess right to jail, because that's where his motherfucking ass is at.
I wanted to add, well, this would be more your purview, Ebony and Aaliyah's, but ladies, when you hear of some sort of crazy virus popping off in sub-Saharan Africa, don't be surprised.
Oh, trust me, I won't be. It's so much stuff that has been native to sub-Saharan Africa that ended up over here in the U.S. It's ridiculous. Monkeypox being the most recent. So trust me, nothing surprises me. And when you think about it, if you really know the origins of HIV, so did that. That was endemic to sub-Saharan Africa, and now it's not anymore. So,
all right, Jess. Are you dusty? Jess? All right, Jess, I'm going to get you out of here. All right, boo? Welcome to the panel. Diana Prince, how are you?
Hi, DZ. I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm fucking amazing. What you got on the story, boo?
Oh, I was going to comment on that guy with the head in a pot. I actually sent you his picture right after you responded to my email because they didn't have the picture when I found the story, but he just looked like a demon in the flesh.
Well, all of them are, as far as I'm concerned. That's the thing with black women. I'm gonna be honest with you. When people try to decipher who's a good black man and who's a bad black man, he's a black man at the end of the day. That's all I'm gonna say about that. At the end of the day, he's a black man. That's for sure. And if you think about what a black man is, then you should be moving forward accordingly. Huh?
Basically.
You know shit is getting bad out here.
It's crazy.
Professional news outlets are calling what you call your men sex fiends. Do you know what a sex fiend is? It's almost a person that is sick, that's mentally deranged, that's psychotic about sex. This is the New York Post. Okay. And they have stooped so low to try to describe accurately what your niggas is doing. They had to use the word sex fiend. Well, apparently, all this shit with the justice system being easy on black men, thanks to the mammies, he was able to fuck somebody over, right, Mr. Sex Fiend, then get out on bond. A sweetheart deal is what they called it. And then he accumulated 5 more victims. Here's your boy right here. This dog face, fish-eyed fucking fool right here. I am not going. Again, ladies, get armed like a motherfucker. This all goes back to the beginning of this goddamn live with that girl asking these stupid ass questions. Do you still have, if you out there in the crowd, are you still inquisitive about why nobody wants your men around? I'm hoping that we're being crystal clear. And because you keep attaching yourself to these motherfuckers, it's going to be that they don't want you around. Period. I got an email, okay? This lady has a 825 credit score, black woman. She has a 15-year-old black son. Well, they moved to Arizona, okay? She inboxed me and tried to tell me that the people at the apartment complex didn't let her have the apartment that she wanted because of racism. I told her to back up a little bit and tell me the whole story. Come to find out, when she went to go try to sign her lease, outside in the they're in the leasing office, and there's a window with open blinds to the right of the manager. Out there, she could see her son out there blasting that music loud as fuck and staring into his phone. Okay. She said all of a sudden they just took everything back and said that they think that something went wrong with the unit. They got to check for mold. It's not safe for you to move in yet. We'll call you. Don't call us type shit. I say all that to say this. Y'all keep attaching yourselves to these motherfuckers, and more times you are not going to get what you set out to get. Apartments, jobs, what you're looking for, okay? Because they already know what your sons like to do, and then you sitting in your car asking why you don't like me. Because everywhere you go, you bring these degenerates with you, okay? It's all you, Leah.
I really have no words. It's just like the more these stories you tell, the worse these stories keep getting. I'm still stuck on the man with his aunt's head in the stew pot. These stories keep getting worse and worse. And it's this some shit that sounds like it belongs on a horror movie. But this is real life. This is the real world. Like they said, Silence of the Lamb type shit. Yeah, that's what you would think. But this is shit these people are doing. And you said that article isn't even a whole month old yet. So this is some recent shit. They can't even say that this is shit that happened a while back. We're talking about shit that is happening right now, today.
Mm-hmm.
These stories keep getting more and more crazier. And I'm just trying to understand what is so difficult to understand about the message that we're sending loud and clear. And what about it that rubs people the wrong way, other than the fact that we're telling you to get the fuck away from the black man, which is the difference between us and the manosphere, by the way. Because we're not telling you to harm anybody. We're not telling you to do anything to anybody. We're telling you to do the most simple shit there is. Walk the fuck away and stay the fuck away. And that's all you have to do. And it's really as simple as that. Find you somebody who's going to love and appreciate you. We're not telling you to harm anybody. That's the difference. But these hoes want to make us the radicals and extremists. Okay, well that's fine. I'll be there. But I meant what the fuck I said. Get the fuck away from these things before you find your head in the bottom of a goddamn stew pot with some carrots and potatoes.
Um, just just to add to what Leah is saying, just to clarify, the only time you should ever enter into a be getting physical with a black male is if he's put you in a self-defense situation where you're in a situation where you have to defend your life. You need to handle your business in accordance with the laws of your state. Other than that, you avoid and evade them. We don't go
Absolutely.
looking for trouble, but if they force it on you, you deal with it.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100%. Because
Ladies,
you
Uh,
blow back that
take a
do
look.
rag when you have to. Yeah.
Take a look
uh,
at this article. This is not regurgitated information. This happened on the 25th from CNN. the place where that knee and that neck took place with GF, the place has turned into a shithole. Okay. They can't get cops to come help them. And they have people that are complaining about that. Well, good luck. Good luck. The mainstream media now is telling you, you asked for it, you got it. You asked for it, you fucking got it. Okay? Minneapolis has turned into a shithole yet again. It used to be a shithole back in the day. They came and cleaned it up. And then that GF shit happened. And here we are. You can't get a cop to come help you at all. Another story in Detroit. A little girl got, her and her little brother was playing with a gun. And it went off. They called the fucking ambulance. The ambulance never came. They had to take the little girl in the car to the fire station. It is what it is. So this is the world that we live in now, because everybody want to make sure that black ass niggas are comfortable. Welcome to the panel, Melanie. How are you?
I'm good. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Well, all I can say is that it's happening. These inner cities are now the murder capital. It's Mammy Poc's fall. Eviction is at an all-time high. I mean, how much worse can it really get? Every week it's like, can it get any worse?
No, it could get worse. I'm kind of afraid. I have to admit this to y'all, that if these mammies keep up this nonsense trying to protect these men, you're gonna be left on your own. Because nobody wants to come in your neighborhood at all. Look at the screen again. The ambulance was on their way to an emergency. Let's see what happened in Blackistan. Let's go.
Well, thank you. Also here at 4:30, a South Florida man who's accused of shooting at an ambulance several times is back in court, but he's not alone. The first responder who came under the gun is also in court.
And he had plenty to say. Simmons Brennan Byer at the Broward County Jail in Fort Lauderdale with more.
I watched this man not shoot at us once, shoot at us multiple times. I don't know how you could give this man a bond and let him go back to the street.
The driver of a Lauderhill fire rescue truck asking a judge to keep 41-year-old Jermaine Chenette behind bars. She was behind the wheel of this ambulance last Friday when police say Chenette pulled out a pistol and opened fire as she and two other paramedics were responding to a medical emergency. Surveillance video shows a man dropping his bicycle to the ground, squeezing off several shots. Police arrested Chenette the following Monday, charged him with aggravated assault on an emergency medical provider. Thursday, he was back in court to face an additional charge, a convicted felon possessing a firearm. His alleged victims say releasing him is a clear danger.
I don't feel comfortable with him back on the street. And I know that not only the citizens that he lives around or the personnel that will protect him if he ever needs help will feel comfortable if he's back on the street.
The judge did take that request into consideration, setting the bond at $150,000.
Now listen to what happened. Let me go ahead and break this down for you. Nobody's going to want to come in your neighborhood. First of all, this grown-ass 41-year-old man doesn't have transportation. He's riding a bike like he's a 13-year-old child. Let's just go and put that shit out there. He ain't got no fucking car. Let's keep going. Now, those niggas didn't provide any goddamn hospitals or anything in your neighborhood. So when something happens in your neighborhood, you got to call them. Well, when they get there, the niggas that you love so much are busting off shots at an ambulance that's headed to one of y'all's emergencies, huh? So not only do they not have the emergency system set up for you, these niggas never did. They never built anything. They don't want others to come and help you. How long do you think that people are going to put their life at risk to come and check on your grandma's sugar? Ain't nobody going to risk getting shot in the fucking head to check on your pinky toe and your son's eczema. And my son is out of this goddamn, what that shit called? Rescue inhaler. Nobody's going to come. It's too fucking dangerous. Did you know that they can put you on a do not go area? It's called a red area map. That means that the area is too dangerous for emergency personnel to come, all but the cops. So when you get that chest pain around this bitch, when you can't find your emergency, listen, it's going to go down. I'm telling y'all to get away from these mammies because they like living around these niggas. And emergency services is not going to keep coming to your areas, not with somebody getting off their bike and busting off shots at the ambulance. How long do you think that's going to last? Are y'all out of your
But
mind?
You know what?
but the oh, go ahead,
Mhm.
Melanie.
I said it's funny that you're bringing it up about the neighborhoods. I mean, the fact that you say that these women, the fact that you say that they want to live by them, but in the same breath, next week they'll be complaining about, oh, I can't believe he did this to me. I can't do this. I can't live like this. I'm done. But next thing you know, they're sleeping with them, and it's like then they want to fight for him. It's like y'all are so confusing. What do you want? You can't have it both ways. They're confusing me.
Hmm.
I I got a question. How much you want to bet this 41-year-old riding a bike has some bastards that a mammy shat out for him?
Shit, the ambulance was probably headed to her damn house.
I mean, this is precisely why you can pretty much bet everything in your bank account that EMS will not be answering any emergency calls with an immobilized or defunct police force. These people are not law enforcement. And just which one of these social workers, therapists, or mental health professionals that were screaming at defund the police shit are going to be lined up to answer this call and voluntarily sign up to go de-escalate this situation with a madman brandishing a firearm and releasing rounds randomly. This is how deranged that they have become. And these are not fully functional members of society. They're terrorists. This thing does not even have a car. He's on a bike, but he owns a gun. And he's not even using it to protect himself or his bike, actually. He's using it to open fire on your emergency response teams. And these are the same people that later on y'all will be having the balls to complain about the emergency response times. But who wants to get shot at by a group of psychos? When you go to work every day, your goal is to make it back home to your family by any means necessary. Nobody has time for this bullshit. And I'm hearing more and more people talk about how these things are becoming a danger to society. So it's only a matter of time before more of us are in agreement that they don't even belong on the same streets walking among normal people. And what do you think happens after that? And let me just say this, Black women, if you want to stand by them once the rest of society has had enough, that will be entirely up to you. But just know that you will be handled accordingly too, because people are just as sick and tired of you as they are of them. That's why you have people locking their doors and turning their backs while you're getting your ass kicked or while other crimes are being committed against you. So keep that in mind as well. But
Let's
go
put
ahead, Mel.
let's put a handle on it. A damn fucking bike that his ass stole. He ain't bought no goddamn bike.
And, you know, Khadijah in her book Sojourner Passport, she predicted peace walls for these type of areas. I think she's right. I mean, that's going to be the solution, to wall these people in to their little areas and not let them out unless they have papers, because people are getting sick of it. We're tired of the mayhem your sons and brothers and daddies are committing on the rest of society. And y'all keep choosing them. You keep choosing them. You've chosen to protect the black male over having grocery stores in your area. Um,
Yes.
you've chosen to have the black male over having emergency services for your elderly, for yourself, and for your children. So what is the rest of society supposed to get all in a dither over? You chose this. You keep choosing it.
Yeah. After watching all these stories, look at how stupid this shit looks now.
What exactly did black people ever do? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-blackness in every single community?
Honey,
Look how stupid she sound right now.
she sound ignorant as hell. Ignorant as hell.
That's why I played her first, because I wanted, the mammy vibes to get going, because, sometimes people can't resist when people start talking about that pro-black shit. It just hits them in their soul where they like, the people do treat us bad. Well, ladies, this is why. All you have to do is detach yourself from him and move in a divested way. Move how it fits you. Move where it benefits you. You don't owe these people a goddamn thing. And to be honest with you, if you continue to be righteously indignant and keep yourself tethered to them, you are going to suffer the same exact fate that they're going to suffer. He just gonna have a set of balls and you're gonna have a set of tits, and both of y'all gonna go down. So you better put yourself and your children that you had first, because this is what it's gonna be. Point blank, period. It's done. It's done. I know one thing. we as black women, we see other black women, or at least we used to. And because she looks like us, it's like, well, maybe we got something in common. At least we both look alike. So let's just start there. Let me tell you something. These women have nothing but black male safety in mind. You will be sacrificed for them. I don't see nobody in that car with that girl I just showed y'all. No dude over there co-signing it or making his own little TikTok concerning it. They don't want to be in your neighborhoods either. Because they don't have anything, they don't have many choices. The choice that they have is you until they find something better. And it's like you can't see it, but I know you see it a little bit because you guys complain that whenever a nigga gets something, he leaves the community. Ma'am, you already got something. Leave the community. You don't have to wait. I don't give a damn if your brand new apartment is a fucking size of a walk-in closet. If it's clean, it's yours, and it's out of harm's way, hey, you just got the fuck away from Blackistan, period. You don't have to have all that extra shit. You can work on it and get it down the line, but your safety got to be an immediate thing. Okay? That shit is all I got to say on that. I hope I was clear on that shit there. It was another story I wanted to show y'all. Go.
Tonight, a 16-year-old girl is speaking out about being brutally attacked while working at a fast food restaurant in Antioch.
And she says that those customers were irate over finding a hair in their food.
This is where you get to see what we've been talking about as far as mammies go, okay? There's two people that's going to climb in this window at this child because of hair in the food. Some food that she didn't make. Let them tell you about it.
News Amber Lee is in the newsroom after speaking with the worker about her ordeal. Amber.
Christina, the teen tells me she's traumatized by what happened and says she's in pain from her injuries. She and her mother are speaking out and sharing the surveillance video to alert others.
I was assaulted.
16-year-old Sierra is emotional as she talks about what happened to her Sunday night while she was working at the Jack in the Box on Hillcrest Avenue in Antioch. Surveillance video shows two women and one man climbing through the drive-through window around 11:30 p.m.
These are grown motherfuckers. I just told you less than 2 minutes ago. These black women that are mammies will sacrifice your ass in a heartbeat at the behest of a fucking Dusty. The only thing that matters to a mammy ass bitch is the happiness and comfort of the black male. This is a child, y'all. This child is 16 years old, just trying to work at this crap job to get whatever it is. She's trying to get her adulthood started. Let's just put it like that. She's trying to get her adulthood started. But you got Blackistan pulling up. And when Blackistan pulls up, ain't shit you can do but get the fuck on. Let's keep going.
The teen tells me the customers were irate over finding hair in their food. Sierra says she is a cashier who takes orders but does not prepare the food.
They just both, slammed me to the ground. They would not let me get up. They just kept stomping me.
Sierra says this photo shows the footprint one woman left on the back of her shirt. The teen tells me the two attackers appear to be in their 20s and that they eventually left through the front door. Police say another restaurant employee saw a gun in the male customer's pocket, but that he did not pull it out and did not participate in the attack. Sierra was taken to the hospital to be treated. Her injuries include a concussion, bruises on her face and body, and a fractured rotator cuff on her left shoulder.
I was very terrified. I was scared.
Sierra says this was the second time she encountered these customers that night. The three had come by the drive-through window about a half hour earlier. At that time, she says the male customer became angry when Sierra asked him to repeat his order because of a faulty speaker. Sierra's mom says she wants to see the three customers arrested.
You do the crime, you do the time. What gives you the right to feel that you can do something like that to somebody over a burger? Why are you that angry?
Why? It could have went differently. I just would like justice.
Sierra tells me she has not decided if she's going to return to work. She says this is her first job and she saw it as a step towards adulthood and independence, never imagining that this could happen. Police have not said if there is any arrest in this case.
there probably won't be any arrests in that case because that camera is fucked up. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, Blackistan is full of those type of people. So who you gonna narrow it down to? How do you narrow that down? They would do better to ask her what they look like if she was able to see their face. But notice the shoe print on her back came from the woman that climbed through that window. These bitches get passionate when they're trying to impress a biscuit head Dusty. I swear to you, they go all the way in balls to the wall with it. Do you know that the woman, not the dude, the mammy, she's the one that stumped that child on her back. One of the most dangerous people on the planet is a mammy that's trying to impress a Dusty because there's nothing that she won't do. Look at everything that black women have done for black men, knowing that they were full of shit and nothing but trash. Look at what they do. They put their children in danger. They put the rest of their family in danger, especially their little girls. So if this is the type of person that will put their kids in danger, you don't stand a chance with your mammy friend. If the opportunity comes about where she has to choose between you and that nigga, she's going to choose that nigga. Point blank, period. Period. It's on you, Diana.
Yeah, Antioch is trash. Like all the black people that lived in San Francisco in the 80s through like the 2000s left San Francisco and moved out there and brought that Project Hood mentality with them and a bunch of dust buckets with them.
That's all they are, though.
And it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then them same people that jumped on that girl will get mad when the Antioch police shoot one of them dust buckets. Exactly. They didn't have to shoot him. They didn't have to do that though. But let us say you didn't have to jump on that girl, then we wrong though.
They bring that mentality with them everywhere they go because that's who they are. You have people talking about, and I shit you not, talking about, well, you would have to say that black people are inherently something wrong with them if you think it's not racism that they fill up half the prisons. Ma'am,
oh my God,
there is something wrong with them. Find me right fucking now, a country song that talks shit sexually and degrades the women in that community. Just one. Just one. I'm talking about not somebody talking about their ex-wife left them and took the trailer and the dog. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about he done jumped on that song, grabbed the mic, cleared his fucking throat, and said the white bitches in his town ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
There ain't one.
I'm looking for the equivalent of that shit. What is the equivalent that non-black men came up with for thought? What is that?
You're not gonna find it. You're not gonna find it. They say that shit for when they want to infiltrate the black hip hop community. That's what they say that shit for. They ain't finna do it in their own musical genres. That's why they shit sounds way better because it actually has real lyrics that you can vibe with. So, and they don't, if you notice, they don't let them come over to their genres with that bullshit either. They keep that degenerate shit far the fuck away from them. Y'all take that shit back over there to hip hop and get the fuck from over here with it. They don't even let them run their charts like that.
You're right about that because even when they have a feature on a non-black person song, you will have a rapper that says all type of derogatory shit about women, but his feature on the white boy song is a lot more wholesome.
Exactly.
They don't bring that shit over there.
Nelly used to do it all the time when he was doing songs with Nelly. When he was doing songs with Florida Georgia Line, he did not do none of that bullshit he was over there talking about. It must be ass because it ain't your face. He didn't get over there on them Florida Georgia Line records rapping about that shit like that. When he was rapping with Tim McGraw, he didn't do that shit like that. They don't pay attention to shit like that. They know how to clean it up when they want to. That's why I said the shit that they did with black women in our image, that shit was intentional. So you're not gonna tell me they didn't have the platform to promote you the right way. Oh, it was all the record company's fault when these men started making their own music and getting their own production companies. So you can't even say that. They have their own record labels where they have their own artists, and the majority of them turned around and schooled a lot of their own fucking artists, which was other black people just like them. But they had the platform to do so, and blaming the record companies just does not fly when a lot of them was putting out their own music, and a lot of them have been independent artists. So you can't even say that. They did that shit because they wanted to. So let's be clear on that.
Aaliyah, I got a question though. So when Nelly did that collaboration with Tim McGraw, he did not slide a credit card down a white woman's ass
Oh,
like he did on that tip drill video.
Absolutely not.
Wait a minute. No,
Absolutely.
hold on, Aaliyah. You mean to tell me that he didn't have two white girls on stage? He walked out there with dog collars on them and clapping them on their booty?
Oh, no. It will be none of that degenerate shit. You take that back to hip hop. Yeah.
And Fix It in the comments asked a question about this girl who was attacked. She was wondering, where is her good black father to advocate for her on the news? Where are these good black fathers, the most involved fathers out of all men?
Nowhere to be found. According to the girl at the very beginning of this live, apparently the KKK got him. Okay, apparently that's what happened to him. I don't know, but did you hear what the mom said at the end? She is a phenotypically black woman. She was there trying to protect and advocate for her daughter, and she said, if you do the crime, you have to do the time. Why is it that when it's the sons and the brothers, women that look like her, they never say that shit? You only feel like people should be punished if it's you that they fucked over. You can't recognize a pattern. I never see women that look like her saying that the black men in the community that are doing crimes, they should do the time. No, they're asking for programs and all this shit for motherfuckers that use their art to degrade you wholeheartedly. And make no mistake about it, they feel just like that about you. They do. And because black women stay around so long, here's another mystery solved for women that keep acting like non-black men don't like you, or they act just like niggas. You stayed around this bullshit for so long. Hip hop, indoctrinated start like in the 70s. I'll say the 70s. Hip hop started right there. You've been letting these nasty niggas talk to you like you ain't nothing but a bunch of bitches and hoes for a very long time. Now, if somebody outside of the community noticed that pattern because you dancing to the shit, I mean, he called you 50 bags of bitches and 10 hoes in less than 5 minutes, and you shaking your midriff all over the fucking place, smiling and throwing your head back laughing. Okay, so if somebody's never ever around people that look like you, but when they see you, they attracted to you, how do you think he's gonna approach? Because he's trying to impress you, and you seem impressed by this bullshit these niggas is doing. What you think gonna happen next? You think he gonna say, hey ma'am, you're beautiful? I think no, you have to stop co-signing this shit because people are going to think you like it. Okay, with black women, when they don't like shit, they let you know, hey, that ain't it. Don't do that. What you ain't gonna do. How much of that shit have you heard? What you haven't said to them niggas is that very thing right there. You dancing to it, tweeting them, supporting them, going to their concerts, getting in comment sections arguing over a nigga that wouldn't shit on you if he had explosive diarrhea.
Hold on, DZ. They paying $1,000 to take fan pictures.
Shit.
$1,000. That's $1,000 out the household. They could have bought their kids some clothes, could have paid up for some shit.
Look, I can't. Cassie,
DZ.
yes, ma'am.
On the subject of the lyrics, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, just passed a law protecting rap lyrics from being used against rappers in court.
We're going to get to that. Give me 1 second on that because I want to talk about that too. Cassie, are you dusty?
Hey, DZ, can you hear me?
Yes. Are you dusty?
Not at all, baby. I ain't been dusty for a few years now. These motherfuckers is rap. Can I cuss? I cuss like a sailor.
You know which words not to say up here. The ones that don't piss off YouTube. I can't do nothing about them words. But the other shit, yeah, it's fine.
I wanted to add in. So my friend told me about your YouTube channel a few weeks ago. So I started watching it. She newly trying to divest, heavy on the trying. I had to cut her ass off a few times because I can't with the retardedness. I can't do it, or the crazy.
Yeah, be careful now.
Yeah, let's call it that. Sorry about that. But yeah, this reminded me of a story that happened with this same friend a few years ago. Apparently, she fighting some girls over her man, and she had, when I talk about grown men knocking her upside her head, hit her so hard her eye, they had to put a plate in her eye. She's still blind on one side, but you couldn't tell her nothing about her dusties. You couldn't tell her nothing about her man. I had to cut off for a few years. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. This is always going to happen. Because the problem is that mammies, they're afraid of being by themselves. And they think they can't get nothing else other than these little raggedy dust muckets that they're with right now. And listening to this triggered me because I still remember her calling me. And I said, baby girl, I'm not coming to the hospital to support you. I done told you in 14 different flavors of why you needed to leave this man. And now your eye busted. So just listen, like watching this, and I think I was I had to be 16, 17 when this happened. So just watching this girl talk, I can only imagine how terrified she was. And it make no damn sense.
Yeah, I feel for you ladies that's still trying to, convince people in your personal lives that ain't it. I swear to you on a stack of Bibles and full fat motherfuckers, I do not deal with these bitches or these niggas that I don't deal with them. If you are the type of person that's still on some stand by your man shit and then stand by your dusty shit, we won't have a conversation. And if we do have a conversation, the shit is not gonna go well because those whores are just as dangerous as the niggas that they sitting up protecting. This bitch got a whole goddamn plate in her eye. Yep. The only time you're supposed to have a plate is when you finna eat, bitch. Where the plate come from?
Okay.
The
And
fuck is going on?
Can I ask a question? Since she got that plate in her eye, is she gonna be done?
Baby, you knew she wasn't. You knew she wasn't. And then a few years later, she I tell you, I had to cut off. We were talking. The thing is, with me, I'm from New York. I don't got no time to be playing with nobody children. We're not gonna sit here and play with you. Slow is slow. We're gonna call it what it is. And she was dating this new guy. I had to cut off. The guy don't like women. From the minute he told her he done spit in I think he said he spit in his mother face. She talking to me, I hung up. I said, there's nothing else for us to talk about. If he told you he spit in his mother face, he don't respect women, which means he not gonna respect you. He gonna be
black matricide is going up. Did y'all know that? Mm-hmm. You know the stuff that they said that only white boys do. Black matricide it's going up so fast. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm talking about not just taking her out. These motherfuckers are beheading some of their mothers. I know you remember that because you said you from New York. So you remember old boy took his mother head clean off her body.
You mean she got a plate in her eye? She got a plate in her eye and still can't get enough.
Still can't get enough. And then got busted upside the same eye a couple years later. And the same one that would have done spit in the mother face. Oh, he busted upside her head. She's so shocked.
What's she waiting on?
That's what it was. The shock
going
to
no
me.
damn where.
What the hell you shocked about? And then the thing is, with me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. So you mad? Oh, you're not being supportive. I'm not gonna be. Why you calling me in the first place, ma'am?
But Melanie, it's that BBC. They just can't give it up.
Honey, the monstrous cock is fake news. Ask Donald Trump. That ain't real. Anybody believes that shit is real? I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell your ass.
Look. The thing is, y'all, he hit her so hard. The plate that she had before, not that it left her eye. Obviously, it can't, but it shifted a little bit. So she was going through like blind spots. Like she'd be walking, or she'd be doing something, and she couldn't see out the right side of her eye for a few months. And I'm just like, so you want to die? Because the next step is death.
Oh well. Make sure there's a news story, a news van around, because I will cover her dumb ass too. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm so tired of these motherfuckers that are pretending like there's one out there. Just keep trying. You got one eye left. You go look for that nigga with that other eye, ass bitches. I'm done with that shit. Real spill.
And I bet she be the main one next weekend talking about where the niggas at.
Okay. Yeah, but so funny, DZ, what really made my friend make me listen to your stuff more, because like I said, I've been divested for a while.
So you telling me she listened to me but going through that?
Oh, talking about, she said, what did she say? It was the video, I don't remember, I think it was like a week or two ago, of somebody got kicked out the house. Somebody's son, they done kicked somebody's boyfriend, whoever the hell this man was, done kicked him out the house, the aunt or grandmother. Somebody didn't want him in the house. Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
It's so much bad shit that go on in
Yeah,
Black
she,
and it's starting
yeah,
to
she.
merge
It was some
together,
video of him
honestly.
talking about, "I can't believe you kicking me out."
Oh yeah, with the
That one.
auntie. Yeah.
So she sent it over to her cousin. It was her cousin that was like, "Oh yeah," she talking about something. This reminds her of you when you ain't want to let her stay over there with her baby father and the kids.
You got
I
some
said, at
ratchet
this
ass
point,
friends. I'll just put it to you.
You're gonna have to divest
girl,
from her.
look,
I'm telling you,
Or
I
she,
done
shit.
blocked her.
or she,
I had her blocked for about 3 months now.
you gonna have to divest from her, or she
Oh,
gonna
I'm done
drain,
from
or
her.
she gonna drain the piss out of you, girl.
She's exhausting. She's the last mammy friend that I got. She's exhausting. I was telling her when I cut her off 3 months ago, because before I cut her off, she asked if she could stay with the kids. I said, I don't got no children for a reason. But baby, you could stay for a day or two. No, that's
See,
cool.
that's what I'm talking about right there. Why though?
Well,
Why?
her
Why
situation
the
was
day? Why the day or two? What y'all feel
because
like y'all owe these bitches something? Why do y'all put yourself out like this? Why?
no, for her, I felt bad for her because she wasn't living with him. She's been living on her own for like a year or two.
Uh-huh.
So her situation was a little just sound like a day or two was fine. It wasn't until this fool said, okay, so I'm gonna have the kids come, I'm gonna drop the kids over, and then I gotta go meet up with him. Ma'am, get off my phone. You and your kids can't come. That's
But
what
you
did
didn't
for me.
think with her history that she was going to do something like that. I'm not surprised after you let her stay a
It's
day or
sad
two
though,
that
because it's
because they
sad.
that's who they are.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
Girl.
I can't do this shit. Y'all, I'm hanging up the goddamn microphone. Listen,
Cause
go
she,
ahead.
cause she
Go,
gonna
go ahead. Hold up a second. Go ahead, Kyra.
I just wanted to say that you are absolutely right, DZ. You do have to cut off mammies because let's be real. If you did let this girl stay with you, it was not going to be a day or two. She was going to
Thank
always have
you.
she was always going to find a reason to keep extending and extending. And she was going to be invited, she was going to let that grape that she was dealing with know where you live. So, in case he wanted to visit her, so he was going to have access to your place and stuff. And like, I mean, I know it might be hard to cut off, girlfriends, but
Why
these
though?
Oh no,
Y'all
it's not hard. It's
straighten
not.
me out. Straighten
No,
me
it's
out.
not hard at
Why
all.
is it hard to cut off these mammy bitches? I'm asking you, Kyra. Why though?
well, I think it's like it was touched on earlier because you wanna on one hand you wanna have a sisterhood, you wanna try to see her as a sister. But the thing is you have to recognize that there is a divide. There are divestors and then there are mammies. And you cannot kiki and deal with mammies because like you said, DZ, at the end of the day they will always choose that shit log over you.
Thank
It doesn't
you.
matter if you've been friends with her for a decade. Hell, it doesn't matter if you're her cousin, like a blood relative or something. She will choose that shit log over you, just like she did with that Miss Lee, the elderly aunt. That was her aunt, her blood aunt, and she was choosing that shit log over her blood aunt that she's known all her life.
Them hoes is
I was,
dangerous and they
I,
fixing to be hungry as fuck, y'all.
I,
It's going on down there. What's up, Melanie?
I was gonna say I'm not upholding anything, but I was gonna say I think some of these women are coming from a place of okay, I've been knowing this woman for 20 years. We got
Fuck that
history,
bitch.
or they're in disbelief that they're actually in this place of life, and I think that's what really makes it hard for them to really let go.
I would
I
say to
value
me,
my life so much, y'all. I don't give a damn if me and my twin came out my mama ass together. The day that her motherfucking ass start the mammy bullshit, she gonna have to kick rocks. I am not trying to put my life in danger for some bitch that includes my sister, right? That's sitting up here taking up for a nigga. Hey, I love you. Get the fuck out of my face at the same time, though. How about that part?
and I think real quick, I think that was what did it with me because and it's so funny you say sister. My sister been divested since day one. Okay, she ain't played no game. My sister been gone, and I think that because my mom died at an early age. I think just watching, I was like, oh no, I can't do what y'all doing with my friend or with the ex friend because like I said, I talked to her in about 3 or 4 months. With her, she was showing signs of slowly divesting. Like she changed her job, she moved into a different area, she was dating a different caliber of a guy. So I'm like, okay, we can start talking because I didn't talk to her for a couple years, couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, we can start, working through things. And when she had lost her job and then, she fell behind, I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind you guys coming for a day or two. It was when she acknowledged that she was still
Nah.
talking to this.
Come here.
I
Come
guess
here.
Oh,
What are you upset about? Tina, come here. What's he upset about?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know. What you upset about?
He got mad at me this morning. He got no he got fight me all the time.
Fuck them.
You're right. I love that
But
video.
Period.
I know I've said this before, but I made that. I'm sorry, Carl, I didn't catch your name, but I made that mistake in real life. I did let a mammy and her son stay with me. She was supposed to stay with me for just a month. It turned into nearly 4. Her Dusty didn't know where I lived. She gave him my address and he came to my place, banging and hollering on my door because she threatened to put him on child support. She didn't give a fuck that we had been friends for 10 years. She cared more about getting a rise out of her Dusty and getting some attention from him than, frankly, the life of her own son. Because a lot of those black males, when you threaten to put him on child support, they see the solution as unaliving the child. She didn't give a fuck about me. She didn't even give a fuck about her child. She cared about that shit log.
That's the fact of the matter.
You're right.
Y'all got to protect yourselves. I mean that shit. Nobody said to stop loving these people, but you can love them from a distance. Why? Because your life means something. Your rental history means something. Your credit and your money means something. When somebody is getting ready to put your safety in jeopardy or any of the things I just listed in jeopardy, it's time to push that hoe out the door. Period. I mean, you got to start loving yourself. I love the fuck out of myself. Shit, I might make love to myself later on and let my husband watch. That's how much I like my goddamn self. Y'all better put yourself first.
But DZ,
what?
I think the root of the problem is the religious part. Everybody's been manipulated and socially conditioned to do for everybody else, and it's garbage. And I'm just like, I can't with y'all.
Family over everything.
Get away from me.
How many
The Bible says, the Bible says, a man don't work, you don't eat. Leave me alone. I'm not doing nothing for nobody. Get out my face.
Absolutely not.
Bye. No.
And my sister asked me, she goes, well, what made you, because I've been cold for a while. Like I have a real shit, I have a real shit attitude, I'm not gonna lie. So my sister asked me, well, what made you even entertain talking to her? And I told her the same thing I told y'all. I was like, she was showing signs of divestment. Like she was really, from what I heard and from what I was seeing, for almost 2 years, she was stepping outside of her box. And I talked to her for a minute. So I'm like, okay, maybe
I think I've reached my excuse limit. I think I have reached my excuse limit. Signs of divestment. Oh, when somebody divested. Once she reached there, then you go ahead and do what you do.
Oh no, she cut off forever. I don't care if she came back with a white man or whoever. They've been married for 37 years. Baby, you can't call me.
Let me show this story real quick, Cassie. Let me show this real fucking fast. Ladies, of course, y'all know this is my last story of the goddamn night. And some of you may have already seen this shit already. Like I said, Cassie, Kyra, Melanie, Aaliyah, Diana, Shane, I am done with the excuses. I don't give a solid fuck who it is. I am no respecter of person, right? If you got some shit going on and it is something that you're playing into, I am done with you. It doesn't mean that I hate your guts. Ladies, y'all got to get up out these neighborhoods. Again, these niggas is getting hungry. When they get hungry, they get agitated. When they get agitated, they get violent. And who are they violent around? You. Let's go.
O'clock, a riot inside a Philadelphia Wawa. A crowd of up to 100 kids ransacked a store over the weekend. Today, investigators have a message for those responsible for this mayhem. It is Monday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Gray Hall in for Brian Taft. The big story on Action News is the aftermath of this wild scene inside of a Mayfair Wawa. This afternoon, police issuing a warning to those suspects saying they will be caught because this entire ordeal, as you see, it was all caught on video.
Action News reporter Jillian Mealy is live outside of police headquarters where investigators just gave an update on their investigation. Jillian.
Well, they did, and that press conference wrapped up about 30 minutes ago where they said some of the kids in the video appear to be as young as 10, and they will not stand.
Did you hear what she said? She said they are young as 10. I just told you I'm no respecter of person. Y'all better get away from these folks. Y'all better get away from these folks. It's not like that neighborhood has a whole bunch of options. If you happen to live in that neighborhood, you wait till you hear what the business owners are saying about the area. Okay. Yet another food desert coming. So you going to be hungry, ma'am, because you want to be around niggas. And that includes 10-year-old niggas.
And for incidents like this.
The bottom line is we cannot have this type of behavior happening in this city. Again, the business community doesn't deserve that. The citizens of this city don't deserve it.
Shocking video from Wawa along the Roosevelt Boulevard in Mayfair shows about 100 juveniles completely ransacking the place shortly after 8 o'clock on Saturday.
I think it's a disgrace. It's absolutely a disgrace.
They were also inside Rolling Thunder Skate Center just up the road before going to Wawa. The manager declined to speak with us, but residents in the area, too fearful to go on camera, have had enough. Other nearby business owners and employees are now concerned.
I have the long time, yes. I have security camera, I have the alarm systems and everything. I'm a little bit worried about what the futures, what's going on, because I have to worry about for the kids.
It's only a matter of time. After 12 o'clock at night, you won't be able to get anything, buy anything in Philadelphia anymore.
So the business owners are fed the fuck up. Why is he and the guy that was just speaking, the business owners in that neighborhood? Easy answer. Because the niggas can't do it. Once these people pack up, ladies, they are done. You will have to rely on your Dusty and wait to see what he's going to do in order to feed the people in that community. It's dangerous to be around these people at this point. I personally believe that the community is awash. It can't be fixed at all. You can't cut the power on, cut it back off. You can't do none of that shit. It's done. The people that are alive today, it cannot be done. And I'm of the opinion that it couldn't be done the day they let the slaves off the plantation. This group of people, this is who they are. They will always be the beggars of society. Once people finally get the fuck out, mammies and women that's sitting on the fence, nobody's getting ready to welcome you with open arms once you finally get hungry enough to leave, scared enough to leave. Okay? These are y'all's people. And look, you can do whatever you want to do. Like I was just saying a minute ago, you're not going to do that shit around me. I'm not the moral police. I'm not a religious person. I don't wear it like that. I happen to be a Black woman. And that means I come from a community who did not value me, didn't value women that look like me. My safety and my image didn't mean a motherfucking thing to these people. So guess what? Fuck you at this point. Let these people starve to death. Do you hear me? If you can't do that and you're willing to go down with them, well, more power to you. More power to you. But don't come out looking for somebody to give you a life raft after all of this shit hit the fan. And ladies, it's hitting the fan very, very quickly. So I'm headed to Discord. The people that need the link, inbox me on Patreon and I got you. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all coming out. And I will see y'all. You're welcome on Friday. Peace, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.